What's going on, everyone? This is Andrew from Drew Code Sports Talk, coming at you for the final day of our 30 for 30 MLB style. Yes, this is day 30, and we are going to end in the NL West because, of course, it's the best division if you can't already tell. But also we pretty much talked about all the teams except for one, the best team. I had to save the best for last. We talked about the Los Angeles Dodgers, we talked about the San Diego Padres, we talked about the Arizona Diamondbacks, and we talked about the Colorado Rockies. And today we're going to be talking about none other than the San Francisco Giants. That's right, got to save the best for last, so let's get going. Alright guys, so we're talking about the Giants, my team. You know, I've been a die-hard fan forever, my whole life actually, but needless to say, it doesn't look good this year, guys. I can talk about my fandom all I want, but for the fact of the matter is, we got a team that's either really old or really young, so it's not going to be great. You know, Johnny Cueto is past his prime. Jeff Samardzija usually is pretty bad in the first and second inning, but then he gets it together. Obviously, we lost Bumgarner. We got Kevin Gausman. Hunter Pence is returning, but he's returning to a pitcher's ballpark versus where he was at with Texas last year in a hitter's ballpark. Brandon Belt hasn't been what we thought he could be. Still a decent bat. And then Brandon Crawford, you know, he is getting a little bit older now. But the person that I picked for today, I picked Mike Yastrzemski. That's right. Mike Yastrzemski. Now, he was a pretty bright spot for the Giants last year. The Giants were not good last year either. And we really didn't have a lot of power hitting threat except for Yastrzemski and actually Alex Dickerson. So last year, Yastrzemski hit .272. He had 21 home runs, 55 RBIs, and an on-base percentage of .334. Now, you look at those numbers, you're like, okay, it's not great. The home runs is good. The batting average is pretty good. But, you know, our RBIs aren't great and on-base percentage isn't spectacular. Yes, but he did only play 107 games. He was called up in the middle of the season. Well, probably not a little closer to the beginning, but still was called up a lot later and had those numbers. So I think if he were to play 162 games, he could be a potential guy who would get 30 home runs. And you have to think, like I said earlier, he is in a pitcher's ballpark, and he's still almost hitting 30 home runs. That is some good power. That is a bright spot. Now, with the Giants, they are, if you don't want to hear the word rebuilding, they're retooling at least. And if you don't want to hear that, listen. The fact of the matter is, a lot of these older players are going to be traded. Some of the best players on the Giants are probably going to be traded because they're trying to rebuild or retool. Okay? Yastrzemski could be a guy that is traded, but I don't see it happen because he is almost 30. He is a power guy, but he's not a guy who's going to kill it. And I'm not sure what you're going to get back for him because he is going to be in his 30s pretty soon here in August. So, you know, I like Mike Yastrzemski a lot. I think he's going to be probably a really good bright spot for the Giants. Do I see him duplicating a .272 average? No, he might lower that with a few more games. He's not going to steal a lot of bases, but he's got a good glove out there. He's got a decent arm. But what we've always needed as a Giants fan, I've always seen, is we've always needed power. And we finally have that in Yastrzemski, and it is nice. So, Giants, Giants fans, it's not looking too good, but to see a bright spot, Mike Yastrzemski is a nice player to see. And I think he's going to be a Giant all year long. I don't see him being traded because, well, like I said, you're really not going to get what you're wanting to get out of him. So, that's it, guys. That is day 30. I had to end it with the best team, the San Francisco Giants. And I appreciate all the love and support for this, guys. You guys have been great. Thank you for watching. For those of you who watch religiously, I appreciate it a lot. If you have any beefs with me, well, hit me up. I'm willing to argue. All right, guys. Hey, go listen to Drew Code Sports Talk and Two Bays in the Pod, of course.